Hi Curvy ladies, it's Curvy Lexi and I am back at you with a new video today. As may guess that you have noticed that this is January, and in January, like every year, we always have the same thing everywhere. Magazine, TV shows. The topic is diet. Sometimes I'm really like wondering, honestly, it's like as soon as we finish Christmas, we talk about it for like a minute, okay, indulge yourself, enjoy, etc. And then suddenly it's like all the magazine are like hammering you, telling you, well, summer is coming, so let's go and lose all that weight. Well, here we have a different audience, okay, ladies? We are talking about plus size, we're talking curvy, so we cannot consider ourselves as just being the normal girl who just need to lose 3 kilos. So keep this in mind. My topic today will be about how basically to keep yourself and prevent yourself mentally to start a diet. If you have decided this as your new resolution, stay tuned because this is what we're going to talk about today. So basically, what I wanted to explain you is that when you start a diet, there's a lot of process to come up in your mind before having even to start stopping eating in a certain way. Most of us have lots of weight to lose, but it doesn't mean that we have to do it in the wrong way, and especially trying to rush time just because we decided that suddenly this new resolution is this year I'm gonna lose and this is the year I'm gonna be thinner or smaller or whatever you want to say it. But I know that we don't all live the same way, that extra weight that we have. And if that was your choice this year to decide to lose that weight, then bless you. And I wish you very much of being brave, and of enjoying that moment, because it's not because it's a hard time that you have to frustrate yourself. So I will give you a few tips on how to condition yourself mentally to be sure that you're ready to do it before you start doing it. So my first tip will be to say, basically set goals gradually. Don't come straight away with like big numbers and say, oh, in 6 months I'm going to lose 40 kilos. There's no attitude in going to diet, okay? You have to put yourself in a situation that it's going to be your new lifestyle. It's not like, we're not like those girls, like the thin girls who can say, I'm going to lose 3 kilos in 2 weeks. Okay, they can do it, but we can't. Let's be honest. There's a lot of things that a plus size woman has to review before being able to lose that weight. And 40, 30, even 60 for some of you maybe is a very, very big challenge. So give yourself goals, graduate them. Give yourself a goal like every month first, and then every 3 months, and then every 6 months, because it's a long-term challenge that you have to go through, and sometimes it will not be as easy. Maybe at the beginning you will lose lots of weight because obviously your body is changing, so is reacting to it. But after some time, your body will start slowly losing less and less weight because it gets used to eat less also. So this is the moment when it's the hardest. Actually, I remember those days. But what I mean here is that really go gradually and realistically. Do not give yourself some number that you won't be able to go for the next few months, and after you get discouraged and you just stop. Okay? My second one, if you can do it, and I think there's always ways to, even if it's online or anything, is to hire a dietitian and choose with him or with her a good plan. It's like every diet is not working with every type of person. So you need to have someone who is at least professional enough to be able to give you some kind of knowledge and some kind of understanding of what will be your next few months and how you will have to proceed and make a plan about losing that weight. So ideally, I would recommend to take a dietitian, or at least someone who is capable to follow behind you your steps and give you advice on what you're doing right or wrong. And I know that nowadays a lot of hospitals are also having some dietitians, or at least some special services or departments for diet, etc. So I think go even through, like, yes, public hospital, etc., if it's a money issue, but find a way to have someone following you. I think it's really important. My third advice will be, if you don't have one already, because I know that it's kind of the thing that we don't like to talk too much about, is like, what weight are we? And I know that lots of us don't like to go on the scale and see what is the number basically on the scale. So if you don't have one, unfortunately, or if you have just a very basic one, you have decided to change your lifestyle, so buy a good diet. Sorry, buy a good scale. Sorry about this. So yes, buy a good scale. Buy top scale, at least that's giving you the maximum of information about yourself. I think it's really important that you can keep track on all the efforts you're doing. It's very frustrating when you go on the like 3 weeks diet and you notice that you just lost 1 kilo. So ensure that you have the maximum of information about your intake in calories and your loss in calories. So at least you can gradually get to know better your own body and understand how it works. So invest in the scale for sure. Then my next one will be keep a timetable, because timetable is really important in the meaning that you have to keep track of what you're doing every day. First, because diets are boring, let's be honest, and at some point you're gonna be like losing your mind, noticing that every single day you're eating the same thing for breakfast, lunch and dinner. So write it down. Ensure that you have this kind of routine where you can find like some new recipes and new things that can entertain your diet, because I'm a guess that if like me at least you ended up like this on this extra fat, which is obviously something that you want to lose now, then that also means that you also like to eat. So that's kind of like this never ending story about loving to eat and being able to lose weight. But there are some very good and healthy recipes. We've been talking about this many times on my videos, and it's really important that you keep following it. So buy yourself a good book, buy yourself something that you like, and try to learn around it and to make like new recipes every week, so you can have at least the feeling that you're still treating yourself. And also, because obviously part of diets there's always the gym part, but today I don't want to talk about this. I just want to talk about the pre part before starting the diet. So we all know that it's important to go to the gym anyway, but among your plan and your timetable, also write down where you went to the gym, how long you stayed and what you did. I think it's very important. That would give you the kind of record to remember, like, oh okay, that week I've been working on my arms, this week I can work on my legs. You see, it's kind of just keeping track of what's happening. Then I will strongly advise you, you don't have to, but it's better if you do, to find a support group. I think that nowadays, I know that a lot of companies like Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, etc. are always sponsoring this type of like way of doing that all together. You're going to meetings, you speak, etc. If you're doing the diet on your own, it doesn't mean that you have to join this type of programs where you have ready meals given to you or points, etc. Everybody is acting differently, okay? But I think though it's important to have someone to talk to. So if you decide not to go through the dietitian route where you have at least a doctor to speak to, try to find some support groups. There's a lot of them online if you don't feel like going out in the evening and going after work, etc. Or maybe if you're living in a city that doesn't have support group, then check online, check by chats, check otherwise on your internet if you have some support groups around your area where you can speak to those women and maybe men too, and understand where they're standing at the moment, how much they lose. It's really important to have support and to have someone that you can feeling is here with you to support you and challenge you, etc. Family and friends are great, but most times they're not in your situation. So it's good to have someone like you in those moments. And my last one, but really not least, is give yourself a treat. Give yourself rewards. Give yourself a break. Honestly, sometimes it's good to be strict. You have to be strict with the diet, otherwise unfortunately it doesn't work. But you have to give it a purpose. So be good to yourself. Go something like, I don't know, in the first 5 kilos I treat myself to a day at the spa. In the next 20 kilos I will give myself a treat and go for a weekend somewhere in Europe or somewhere in the States, so wherever you're located, okay? Give yourself something to look forward to. It's really important. We all need that in life anyway. It's like saying giving the carrot to the donkey in a certain way, which I don't really like saying that this way, but in life we all do it. At work you work hard to get a promotion. In your life you're taking care of yourself to, in a certain way, have your husband or your boyfriend being pleased. We always do something in hope at least for something else to come up at some point. So do the same. This diet is for you. It's for your own self, no one else but you. Please don't tell me you want to lose weight for boyfriend or whatever. This is for you. This is for your health. This is for your well-being. This is your new lifestyle. Take it seriously, but just don't forget to indulge yourself. Doesn't have to be through food, by the way. Just indulge yourself and remember that life is worth living it. And sometimes you're going to be frustrated. Sometimes you're going to feel like you're so hungry that you would eat your person next to you. But just think about the next step, and it's only good for you. This year, at least, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's also part of my resolution. I really need to give myself a big change on that level for health reason in particular, and it's gonna be hard sometimes. I'm probably will be not always very nice, but I will share with you at least the steps. I hope that we will be able to share together some results, but for the time being, don't forget, this is over for today, but please like, comment, share, and thanks again for your support, and a very, very, very happy new year. Bye!